Hey y'all, thanks for joining us for another episode of 911 Delta, Tethered for Life. This podcast may not be suitable to all listeners due to language and subject matters. Please listen with care.
Hey y'all, we're back for another episode of 911 Delta, Tethered for Life. We're your host, Casey.
And I'm Anna.
Before we get started, how was your week?
Boy, it was busy. I was busy, I did my other thing, horses. So I did a horse anatomy workshop over the weekend. It was really cool.
Yeah, that looked really cool. The pictures that you posted, yes.
Yeah, she had lots of bones and stuff to play with, and fabulous teacher. It was very long though.
She looked pretty badass too, I must say. She did. I was like, whoa.
Whoa, yeah. I know. She's pretty, but she's very cool, like very friendly, laid back person, like super smart, So it was, I had heard that she was really good. So when I saw the class was going to be pretty local, I decided I would do that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do much. I did my Thanksgiving shopping early, and now my brain's all fucked up with what day it is. I'm just so screwed up with
right.
this week. And
yeah, same thing. I was like, I don't know what, it's weird. Like kids aren't in school and the husband's home at noon or 1 o'clock or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
I know. I thought yesterday was Friday, and I'm not even sure what the hell day I think today is. It doesn't seem like Saturday, so I don't know. I'm so confused.
It's like being back on night shift.
Oh, God. Yeah. No, let's not do that.
Is it tomorrow or today or today tomorrow?
I don't know. And so last week we talked, we had our Jesus crime.
But yes.
Sorry, Lori. Oh, sorry, Lori.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus. Told you it's been a long day. So we talked with her about the Saves Act, which ironically was pretty weird how, like, after our episode dropped, like, there was all kinds of, like, petitions on Facebook and shit. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty good timing. So that was awesome.
It was, I guess, because it was, close to around election day. So
yeah. So that
hopefully we made a difference.
I hope so, because it really needs to happen.
Yeah.
So we'll jump into the episode. So we had someone, a citizen write in from Alabama. Jesus Christ. It's going to be okay. She was wanting our opinion, thoughts on the difference between city self-dispatching versus whole county dispatching, the pros and cons, that kind of thing. So I thought that was an interesting question.
It was, because apparently they have a relatively new consolidated 911 center, but the city has maintained itself as an independent entity for dispatching the police department, PD, which is not that unpopular, at least not here. And I'm assuming it must not be there either. I do know some places that have done it. I know some places that, like, they all work in the same PSAP, but they're employed by different agencies, which is kind of interesting.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. And what I find kind of disturbing about this particular case is that eliminates their current benefits as employees, which and is going to change their pay rate to a lower amount.
Yes.
Which that's never good. And especially when you're talking about healthcare going up and then possibly retirements being lost, or not lost, but that you're not going to be in the same system. So if somebody's got a lot of years, they're
screwed. Totally.
Right.
That's really, really shitty.
Yeah. So, is there anybody out there who has gone through a similar conversion? I know that, like I said, I know there's places out there that are separate. The cities have maintained, and it normally seems to be the PD a lot of times. the fire rescue goes to the county, and the PD remain. What are some of the pros and cons of that?
More cons probably than pros, especially for the ones that have been there for many years. They get the shitty end of the deal. But I think there could be some pros too, because I know change, like none of us like change. And unfortunately in this line of work, that's just, you have to keep an open mind with that. But I mean, it could not be such a bad thing. I mean, some of it, really not all of it.
Right.
But
I mean, I know, like, personally, if they actually have designated call takers in that 911 center and I wouldn't have to do that, I'd be okay with that.
Hell to the yes.
I mean, I know it's scary when that's not your normal.
Right.
Because I've worked, both jurisdictions that I've worked in, we've taken calls as well. It's just in the current one, sometimes we don't have to, which is nice. Yeah, I don't need to talk to people all the time. I think that would be a benefit. I'm sure that it is saving the city money in the fact that they're not having to pay for healthcare and retirement benefits anymore. Right. And they're usually, the way this works is that they pay a flat rate to the county or the consolidated center to handle dispatching for them. And it could also be saving them money. I don't know how they do their radio systems and that thing, but if the whole county, the whole region is under the same radio system, it's cheaper because you save money with the more radios you buy, just like save money on healthcare benefits for employees, the more employees you have, right?
Right, correct.
So, yeah. So, I mean, those are some, not that they're pros for the employees, for the dispatchers, but, pros for the jurisdiction.
And then like another pro for the radio thing, if that were the case, I mean, the communication would be, it would be awesome because you could communicate with
everybody,
everyone.
Right, without having to do radio patches and stuff like that.
Which we've been there, done that, and it fucking sucks.
Oh my God.
When the shit actually works, but
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, depending on how they do all of that. Now, it is one thing when you've got people that are super familiar with an area, they know it really well.
Yes.
And they can help the officer sometimes. At medium size, I'm fairly large, but in landmass. So like, there's parts of it that some of us know really well and some of us don't know so well because we just don't travel those roads. So it's definitely helpful to have that for the officers on the ground and, their well-being, their safety, their knowledge of the area. I would be really interested to hear from anybody out there who's either gone through a consolidation like that or is independent. Like if you're a city and you're independent from your county, what do you like about that? What do you not like about that? Do you think things could be changed up?
And even if someone wants to reach out and talk to us more about it, and
come on here and chit chat about. And also, there's so many decisions at the government level with that, the politicians and whatever. It's such a hard thing as just employees to go through that. And if you, depending on what the situation is, if you live in the jurisdiction, you may be able to affect some change with your politicians. But if you don't live in the jurisdiction, but you work in the jurisdiction, you actually have less of an opinion because you can't vote for somebody. So,
and with election time probably gone for most areas, I would imagine, with like law enforcement and that type of thing, it's probably a little bit too late for that this year.
Right.
So that was a very unique question, and I was really pleased that they reached out to us.
It was
about that.
Yeah, we had a lot of people reach out to us in the last week. So
We have. It's awesome. I love it.
we hope that they, we hope that some of you guys will reach out again and let us know what you think about the private dispatch or just a city dispatch inside a county, not necessarily like a private entity. And then, Casey, do you have a Thanksgiving work story for us? Because, it's that time of year.
It is that time of year. I do actually, when I first started back in like, I guess 2007 is when I started, but it was a few years after that. Our shift was having Thanksgiving and we were setting out the table, getting all the food prepared. Um, the turkey almost went in the floor, but if it was not for my coworker Mike, who literally dove, and I can see it plain as day right now, to save that damn turkey. It was amazing. We also had a coworker that same time that made us a pan of brownies, Sarah, who bless her heart, they were not done. I mean, that pan must have weighed 20 pounds. And we were like, yes, this is going to be the best fucking brownies. Yeah, they weren't cooked.
Oh,
like,
see, they would have been perfect brownies for me. I would have been like, yes,
like
give me the
we're
brownies.
not cooked. And we were like, oh. And she never relived that or lived that down for sure. And at the same time, when we were cooking a ham outside, that bitch caught on fire, or the grill caught on fire.
This is when you started the fire.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And, I had never dispatched fire at all. Well, of course, Mike being the firefighter, he ran out. The entire center, the dungeon, as we called it back then, was completely evacuated but me, so they could go save our ham or whatever the hell we were cooking at the time. And a police officer was there and he tried to put it out, like Lori said on our last episode, and he missed the whole damn thing. It was just one fucking thing after another. And I was stressed inside, like, oh my God, if we get a fire or something goes off right now, like, I don't even know how to dispatch. Like, all those buttons on there, back then you had to push all the little
Yep.
tones on the tone board. And I'm like, oh my God. So, luckily, I mean, it was quick, but yeah, that was pretty fun times. What
That's so
about
funny.
you?
Like, I don't, I can't remember any particular ones, but it always cracks me up, the people who set their house or their garage or something on fire cooking the turkey.
Yeah.
It's not that serious, people. Just calm down. Um, although, funnily enough, a few years ago, I think now, I mean, who knows? I was at my sister-in-law's and her husband, they fried the turkey and in one of those turkey fryer things. And I mean, he lit that thing and it shot up. I was like, and of course, my husband is, he's a firefighter when he's at work, but he doesn't know nothing about nothing when he's not. So he's like, hey, y'all better call 911 if that thing catches the house on fire. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So anyway, it didn't. It flared up and went down. It was fine, but yeah, I don't understand that. Put the damn thing in the oven and leave it
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, that's a
So,
huge thing, them frying them turkeys. Like maybe y'all should just do that shit way out in the yard
yes,
somewhere,
just like the
not on your
fireworks.
deck,
Yeah.
not
Let's not do them near the house.
and have a, water source around. Don't do it near the wood line, all that
right.
common sense shit, that most of
Well, okay, so common sense shit. Can we talk about the fact that Thanksgiving weekend, Thanksgiving in general is probably it's got to be. I would love real statistics on this, but it's got to be one of the biggest fight nights.
Mhm.
I mean, domestic city, right? I mean,
Yep.
Oh goodness. Yeah, everybody's all, watching
After
these.
dinner and football,
Right.
watching them Dallas Redskin game and, you know.
Yes, and I feel like it's so funny. You see all the happy Christmas commercials and all the happy Facebook posts. Be thankful. What are you grateful for? And then you're like at work and people just beating the hell out of each other, pulling
Yep.
guns on each other at the dinner table and carrying on. Oh my God.
Yep. 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 So,
So it's hilarious. Y'all think it's this nice,
yeah.
I'm struggling to find the right word because I don't want to use the keyword because I'm actually working on Thanksgiving and don't want to
Oh
jinx
yeah,
it.
don't do that.
But you know, that it's a calm holiday, right? People are
Mm-mm.
no.
Still feel
Well,
kind of guilty for not working the holidays now since I don't dispatch, but I'm getting used to it.
yeah. God forbid if the Black Friday shopping starts. Woo!
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they think that Thanksgiving people are full of thanks and gratefulness, yeah, no bullshit. They're more evil as hell on Thanksgiving than no. That's
Yeah,
not how it works. And God forbid you try to eat a turkey dinner that your center may provide for you, may not, because I'm sure some places don't.
right.
Um,
Well,
yeah,
now I know why we're not allowed to cook and we didn't get a kitchen in our new building.
that's
I know
right.
why.
That's right. Yeah, because of A shift. That's right.
Not that I cook anyway. I'm more of a rolls
Yes.
kind of girl, but bought from the store or a
Yep.
Costco pie or chocolate cake. That'd be awesome. But yeah, anyway, um yeah, I mean yeah, your food's never going to be hot. Don't.
Nope. Never fails. So I feel really bad for the guys and gals that are working um, tomorrow.
Yeah, and even though it can be busy with law enforcement type calls or even fire calls, I feel like it's spread out and at least they get a break, because
Yeah.
like the fires usually happen earlier in the afternoon or like late afternoon, and then you have the fighting begins like post 7 p.m.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's a little break in there, and then but we just dispatch just doesn't get that break.
No, well, and I'm cooking. I was gonna start cooking tonight, and I was like, now I'm home after a long day, and I'm like, yeah, no, fuck that. I'll just get up in the morning and start. I'm not gonna do
Yeah, no, I don't know.
it. I'm excited to cook though. I mean, it's only my second Thanksgiving being home. So right now I'm still digging the cooking thing. But
Oh, gotcha.
probably, yeah, but probably not too many more years will I like that.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm just not into it. Like I like other people to cook, and that's fine. There's a couple things that I'll make that are safe,
safe.
you know. It's not something that I've ever gotten into really. I mean, I'm all about, if you can go out to a nice dinner. I mean,
Yeah,
now we got the little kids, it's not as much.
that's yeah, not as relaxing.
Yeah. But
So, well, I think that's pretty much wrapping up this episode. It's short and it's holiday, so we want to give everybody time with their family and
yeah, and we
um,
know that everybody that's working is gonna be working. We love you. We feel you.
yes, indeed.
You can tell us your stories afterwards and be like, when they're fresh in your mind, hey, this happened.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a funny story about
Okay.
today. This is my excursion to Walmart pickup,
Ugh.
thinking that people might have prepared better and had shopped earlier, and that me, who just needs regular old groceries, would be able to get them from pickup easy peasy.
Mm-mm.
It was wild. But as I'm driving up there is a guy in a turkey costume pushing his cart full of shit out of the Walmart. I almost wrecked the car. I
Oh, Lord.
like, what in the world? It was hilarious.
Well,
So
good for
shout
him
out to
for
him
being in
for
the spirit.
being in the spirit, man. I mean, he had
Yeah.
like, the whole brown like top with the wings. I had like yellow turkey legs with like the feet and
Well,
a big
damn.
old head thing. Yeah. And there were some guys that were working, bringing groceries out, had their little festive hats on, which I thought was super cute too.
That's cool.
But yeah, the guy in the turkey costume, oh my God. So but tomorrow there's gonna be special people in special costumes out and about.
Absolutely.
So
Yes, there will
love
be.
for them.
That's why I'm staying home. Staying home under my rock where I like to be cooking and eating way too much fucking food. Yep.
Well, I'm gonna
What do
try to
they
eat out
say?
before I go into work, and then maybe have dessert while I'm there. We'll
Make
see.
sure everybody gobbles till you wobble.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, and I want to shout out to one of my favorite firemen, Lieutenant Level, and the crews at both of his firehouses. They were listening to the podcast today and we're loving it. So keep listening, guys. Follow
that was
us.
awesome. Yes, don't forget to follow, folks. That's really, really
hit the
important.
subscribe. And yeah.
Tell everybody. Tell everybody.
All your friends. And next week, what are we going to talk about?
We are going to talk about winter preparedness. Are you ready, people, for the winter? Like around here, I mean, I know there's some places that have that shit all the time, but not around here.
They've already had winter, and they're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yes. So we're going to talk about that and hopefully give you guys some tips, safety tips, and get you ready for this shit. Well, around here, they're calling for 30 feet of snow, like around February-ish.
No.
Okay, good.
Nope. I'm not doing it. We had a legit like feet of snow blizzard back in, man, was that like 2016 or something?
Maybe. It's been a while, but not too far.
We had the hellish one. It was a short one though. Well, it wasn't like feet of snow, but it was a lot for here, and it happened in a very short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, hell, you get a half a damn inch around here, and these motherfuckers can't do nothing.
A half inch, I mean,
lower. A millimeter, just a slush,
snowing, and it's like, oh my God, I can't drive. I can't drive normally, but I damn sure can't drive with snowflakes falling.
Like, my God. So we will definitely have that. And maybe a guest. I don't know. You never know what we might come up with between now and then.
It might be a surprise.
Might be. So thanks to everybody again who's working tomorrow, dispatchers, public safety. We appreciate you guys so, so much. And we hope all of our listeners have an amazing Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Gobble, gobble. Hey, y'all. What? Oh, crap. She already fucked up. All right.
We'll break it in easy first before we get to the real deal later on. Who would have ever thought it would come to this?